Hey everybody, today I'm going to be talking about this box set. This is called the Beatles Collection, and it contains all the Beatles UK singles. And this was originally released in 1976, although my copy right here, I believe this is from 1978. So there were different variations of this box released in the late 70s and early 80s. I'll get into more of that as we go here. But in this video, I'm going to tell you about all the contents of this box. I'll show you each of the records. And then I'll also tell you how I feel about it as far as the overall sound compared to the latest Beatles singles box set called the Beatles Singles Collection, which I made a video for, and you can watch that specific video as well, probably up here somewhere. You click on that. But first, let's get into the details of this box. So I picked this box up about a year ago, right before my daughter was born. So I found this box set on eBay. And I think I paid roughly like $100 for this box set. And I ordered it from the UK, so I did have to pay UK shipping, which I think was like an additional like $30 or something like that. So for about $100 and let's say $40, I got this box. And I've been after a UK Beatles singles box for a long time. I really wanted to get one because I have the Beatles Blue box that I always rave about. That was released in 1978. And then I also have the Beatles EP box set, which also comes in a blue box, which I will be making a video about that shortly. So I wanted to have what I call the trifecta, which was the blue box, which is all their albums, the EPs box, which is all the EPs, and the singles box, which is all the singles. So I picked this up, and I gotta say, when I first got it, I wasn't able to dive into it right away just because of the new baby and all that. But over the last year, I have been able to listen to this quite a lot, and I've really gotta say, it really has surprised me how good a lot of these singles really sound. First, let's talk about the box itself. So this box that I have isn't in the best shape. It looks pretty good. The front looks nice. I like that gold foil kind of with the Beatles collection there. It looks good. And the side says the Beatles, and on this side it says the Beatles as well. And it's got this flap, and as you can see, the flap has on the back here, I didn't do this, someone has put a piece of black electrical tape to keep it from tearing off completely. So eventually I think I need to do a better repair job on that, but for now, it does the job. This just sits on top of this record shelf back here, so it's not really in any danger of being damaged anymore. And the records inside, so first off, you get, and I put it in a little sleeve here, you get some paperwork, and I'll show the booklet in a second. The booklet is not much, but you get this little envelope that says World Records, and it is a certificate of authenticity, I guess. It's a guarantee. The recordings manufactured to the highest standards using top quality materials, employing the most up-to-date processes, blah, 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 blah. Basically telling you that everything in here is legit and not a bootleg. And you can zoom in on that if you want to read that completely. Kind of cool, I guess, that they included this. And then, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think this box set was like a mail order box set. You had to mail away to get this one. I don't know if it was available in the record shops. I could be wrong about that. So, this is the booklet that comes with the box. And it is very thin because back in the day, I feel like the booklets weren't really all that much of a important deal. The first like really kind of thought out booklet, I will say, is the booklet that came in Bob Dylan's box set called Biograph. That was a very cool booklet. It had like an interview with Bob in it. It was just a very thought out booklet. That was like the first booklet that I can think of in a box set that was really kind of nice. But anyway, this is what you get with this Beatles singles box set. Open it up, you get a drawing of the Fab Four. Then it just basically tells a little bit of the Beatles story, and roughly just doesn't give hardly any information about the actual singles themselves. It's just kind of a rough story of the Beatles' rise to fame and all that kind of stuff we all know about. And there's the back. So that's the booklet. Then, and this green This green that you see is going to be a reoccurring theme as I will show you the records in this set. First up, the Beatles' first single is, of course, Love Me Do, backed with P.S. I Love You. And there's the back. And for these singles, what they've done is, as you'll see, I think they used 4 different photos for the different eras. So this is the early Beatles photo that you'll see on the early Beatles singles. This is an outtake from their Please Please Me era photo shoot is what I'll say. And for each of these records, now I have added these did not come with the original set. I've added these inner sleeves. And I got these on I think on eBay, but these are poly-lined and they fit perfectly inside these cardboard sleeves. So kind of an essential thing, I think. But here's Love Me Do. And they've tried to reproduce the Parlophone gray. I'm gonna get a little closer so you can really get a good view if it'll focus. There we go. That's what it looks like. And of course, the B-side, P.S. I Love You. Next up is, and I'm not going to show each of the records obviously just because they all look the same at this point. I'll show you though when it changes to the Apple label. This is Please Please Me, Ask Me Why. Same photo on the back. From Me to You, Thank You Girl. Again, same photo. She Loves You and I'll Get You. Same photo. Here comes Bob the cat to make his appearance as usual, which is fine with me, of course. I Want to Hold Your Hand, This Boy. Can't Buy Me Love, You Can't Do That. A Hard Day's Night, Things We Said Today. Things We Said Today, by the way, is one of my favorite early Beatles songs. Not that you care, but maybe you do. And here we go. Here's I Feel Fine and She's a Woman. And now we get a different photo on the back, and it's a very cool photo from the Paperback Writer video. I'll get closer so you can check that out. That was, of course, is it gonna, there we go. Of course, that was filmed in little edit there, Bob was hitting the camera. I was saying that, of course, Paperback Writer, this was filmed in 1966. So that was I Feel Fine, She's a Woman. Next up is Ticket to Ride, Yes It Is, again with the Paperback Writer photo on the back. Help, back with I'm Down, same photo. We Can Work It Out, Day Tripper, going a little faster here. Paperback Writer, Rain, one of my favorite Beatles singles. Yellow Submarine and Eleanor Rigby. Strawberry Fields Forever and Penny Lane, arguably the best single ever released. And again, now the photo has changed to their psychedelic look. Let's see if it'll focus, there we go. And this is an outtake from their, I think this is the Strawberry Fields video this photo is from, but it could be from Penny Lane as well. Same time period, of course. Then you get All You Need Is Love and Baby You're a Rich Man. Hello Goodbye, I Am the Walrus. Lady Madonna, The Inner Light. And Hey Jude and Revolution. And now we get the final of the photos on the back. It'll focus. It's one of the last photo shoots the Beatles ever did. This is from 1969, kind of the Abbey Road time period. And let me kind of organize these a little bit. Get Back, Don't Let Me Down. The Ballad of John and Yoko, back with Old Brown Shoe. Excellent single. Something and Come Together. George Harrison's first and only Beatles A-side on a single. Let It Be, You Know My Name, Look Up the Number. And that is where it ends the official Beatles UK singles that were released while they were a band. But with this box set, you get some bonus singles. And this is how I can tell that my box set is not from 1976, and it's also not from 1982 when they put it out as well. This is from, I believe, like I said, 1978 because of these singles that were included. So here you have Yesterday, backed with I Should Have Known Better, and it's cool because they give it its own photo on the back, which is, there we go, focus, come on. There we go. Which is an outtake from the photo shoot they used for Beatles 65, the US album. Then you get this picture sleeve, which is pretty cool, and someone has written, I think, their name on it, but oh well. You get Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band with a little help from my friends on side 1, and then the second side has A Day in the Life. And that is, let me see if it'll focus. There we go. Cool shot there. And then the back, another cool shot. And I forgot to show you the labels for the Apple label. So this is just on the Parlophone label that I previously showed you for Love Me Do and P.S. I Love You, but I'll show you the Apple label just so you can get a idea of what that looks like. This is the Let It Be Apple label. Very cool. And here is You Know My Name, Look the Number, the B-side. Focus in there. All right. And there's one more record in the set. And by the way, Bob is right down here taking a little nap. Good for you, Bob. And the final record in this set is Back in the USSR, backed with Twist and Shout, which is a bit of an odd pairing, but it's all right. And the back of this cover, we got the shots, individual shots from the White Album. And I forget what label this is on. Oh, they put it on the Parlophone. So, those are all of the singles within the box set. And like I said, because of the bonus tracks, because of the bonus discs in this box set, I'm pretty sure I'm able to date this from 1978, I believe. So the first set that was released, I think they included Yesterday and I Should Have Known Better with that first set. I think that's right. And then with this set that I got in this 1978 edition, which was the mail away one, you got this A Day in the Life Sgt. Pepper picture sleeve and the Back in the USSR and Twist and Shout as well. Then in 1982, they re-released this set as well. And then with that one, you got all the bonus discs I just talked about, and they included the Beatles movie medley. I think that was backed with Happy Just to Dance With You. So the movie, that is not included in this box set. Now there's a chance, I guess, that maybe for some reason this box set that I've got off of eBay, the person just lost that disc, but I kind of doubt it. Because I looked on Discogs, and a lot of people are saying that they have a box set much like mine from 1978 that doesn't include the movie medley. So anyway, in the comments below, let me know if you happen to have this box set and if yours has the movie medley or if it doesn't have the movie medley disc. Mine doesn't have it, so that's why I'm going to date mine 1978. Let's put these all back in without completely destroying everything. So I've listened to all of these singles, I don't know, probably at least 3 times each, but probably more, and definitely more for some of the early ones. And I was very impressed as this flap on the back here is coming undone. There we go. So I've listened to these a lot, and I'm very, very impressed with the sound quality in this singles box set. And of course, if you don't know already, these were all cut with a completely analog signal because it was released in 1978, of course, and they used the original master tapes of the UK singles. And in, I think, a lot of the cases, they used even some of the original cutting equipment. And I'm not sure if these were cut by Harry T. Moss, but I would imagine they were, just because in that late 70s time period, he was cutting the Beatles albums for like the Blue Box and the EPs and all that kind of stuff. So I would imagine he cut at least some of the singles in here, if not all of them. And they all sound really, really good to my ears. That being said, the Beatles singles, when they were mastered for not for hi-fi equipment. They were mastered for, you know, teenagers who had just, just teenage record players that had one speaker, a mono speaker. That's the other thing I should mention is that all the singles in here, except for the Ballad of John Yoko and the ones after that, so basically 80% of this box set, it's all in mono. These are the original mono versions of the song, so that's how they were released on single in the UK. And those original mono mixes they're a very unique, sound is what I'll say. Very like electric, and at times they are even kind of distorted. And so on these discs, sometimes it might not sound the way that we're used to hearing them, is what I'll say. When I first started getting the Beatles singles, like collecting the singles, it took me a little while to kind of appreciate, is what I'll say, that sound, which is that just very raw kind of just pushing the limit, is what I'll say. So if you're trying to get like the best Beatles hi-fi experience, this is not the way to go. There are better ways to listen to these songs, as far as like if you want to get the best experience that you could possibly get. I would recommend listening to like the Beatles Mono Masters, which is like their version of the Past Masters. I've talked about that record before. But that being said, I don't want to say that these sound bad, because these have their own magic to them, is what I'll say. The Beatles singles are so amazing, and they have such a warm sound to them, such a warm analog sound that you can only get from these original pressings from like either the 60s or the 70s in this case. And it's a really, really fantastic sounding experience. Now, what I gotta say, when I compare this box set to this box set, which was released in 2019, so now the contents of this box set are almost identical to this 1978 box set. The only difference is, of course, with the 2019 box set, you get Free as a Bird and Real Love on here, and they take away the Yesterday single that was included on this, and of course Back in the USSR and the Sgt. Pepper picture disc as well. So those are not included with the 2019 box. Other than that though, all the original UK singles released during the Beatles, while the Beatles were an active band, that are in this box set are also in this 2019 collection. So those are the songs I'm going to be referring to as far as comparing the sound. So as you know, and I've made a video about this box set, I really love this 2019 Beatles singles collection. I love the way it looks. I love the picture discs inside, or the picture sleeves I should say, not the discs. The sleeves inside are really cool. They're all different sleeves from all around the world. And I have a video on this, so if you want to know more about my thoughts on this box set, you can check that out. But as far as just my overall feeling, I really like this box set, and I'm so happy that I was able to pick it up, because I almost didn't. And comparing it to this 1978 box set, they are very close in sound, is what I'll say. They're both cut from the original master tapes. They're both cut with a direct pure analog signal, which is why this 2019 box set is so cool. That being said, there is a little bit of a difference in the sound quality, and it's, I guess, really a preference as to what you prefer. For me, I think this 1978 box set wins if I have to compare the two. It seems to have a lot more life, is what I'll say, to the songs. There's a lot more just energy and electricity kind of going on. It's more of a, how can I say it without making it sound bad, because it's not a bad thing. These are being pushed to the brink, is what I'll say, the mastering. They're very loud, they're very, there's a lot of high end, and they're just really electric sounding, and I think that's how these singles are supposed to be heard. With this 2019 box set, it still has some of those qualities. These are also pushed kind of to the brink, but not really as much. And the other thing about this 2019 box set is that there's a lot more low end on here compared to this 1978 box set. And for me, I don't really like the low end quite as much on the 2019 box. It's just, all right, I had to do a little edit there because my camera ran out of memory, but we're back. So what I was saying about this box set is with the low end is that it's not a modern sounding low end. It's not like overblown or anything like the Giles Martin remixes or anything like that. It's just, it has a little bit more low end, and I think it's because they were able to use some more modern compared to this 1978 box set, cutting equipment, which enabled them to have more bass on there. And maybe that's the amount of bass that was on the original master tapes. So maybe these are more authentic, but to my ears, I just prefer the 1978 box set as far as the low end. It just feels a little bit more realistic to me. And the other thing about comparing the two is that it seems like with the 2019 box set, it doesn't seem quite as, didn't have quite as much clarity, is what I'll say. It seems a little bit more muffled. Now that's just being completely critical, because if you really were to A-B the two, they're very similar. But if I'm being incredibly critical of it, the 78 box set has just a little bit more clarity, is what I'll say. But you can't go wrong with either of these box sets in your collection. If you're just like a beginner when it comes to trying to complete your Beatles collection, either of these box sets would be a great representation of their singles. If you want to have them in your collection, like a whole set of their original UK singles. Either of these box sets would do the job. If you're a crazy Beatles collector like I am and like so many of you are out there, both of these box sets are worth owning because they both have different things, and you know, the inclusion of the Free as a Bird Real Love single on the 2019 box set is really cool. So that makes it a valuable addition right there by itself. And then the inclusion of the bonus discs on here are cool as well. Like the Sgt. Pepper picture sleeve is really awesome to have. So they both have their benefits, but like I said, as far as the sound quality goes, if I have to pick one over the other one, I would definitely choose the 1978 box set here. So that's my my video on this Beatles collection from 1978. I'd love to know in the comments below if you own this box set, and if you do, what you think about it. And there have been other Beatles singles collections that have been released, by the way, but I'm just referring and talking about this particular one at this point. So I'd love to know in the comments below, though, the other singles collections that maybe you have in your collection that you think are maybe better than this one. But that's it for now. So stay tuned, more videos to come. Hope you're all doing well. Take care, and bye for now.